Welcome YouTube, welcome to Mark Effects channel. I am Mark. Welcome to part 5 of the Encapsulated Silicone Prosthetic Fabrication video series that's been taking about a year to make. It's still in the making, so I want to say this, that this whole procedure from start to finish, from sculpture all the way to final looks, application final looks, should only take a day, a decent full day, depending on the amount of prosthetics that you need to make and all this. But this project here, for this project specifically, it should only take a day for these two prosthetics, from sculpture, molding, casting, and application. You literally could do that in a good full day, or even quicker. Now, yeah, it changes when, of course, like more elaborate and more prosthetics that you need to make, of course. But for this project, yeah, this should only take a day to make. So in part 4, we did some testing of the cue balls here. It needed to be reconstituted. It was about dried up. I wasn't quite sure if it's any good. And so I reconstituted the cue balls, ran some tests on the molds that I made in the previous videos. We are at part 5. Part 4 was a bald cap plastic test. Part 3 was duplicating the silicone mold. Part 2 was the demolding. And part 1 was the sculpting and molding. So part 5, we're at part 5. We're going to be testing mixing these two. They're both platinum cure silicones. One's Ecoflex 30. I've used this before. Polytech's Platsil Gel-25. The reason being, my choice for these prosthetics is Ecoflex 30. One being that it's super flexy and soft silicone. It's very soft and flexible, stretchy, strong and stretchy. Instead of going the route of deadening silicone, which is softening silicone with deadener, I used this before for skins, making a skins. It was great, and I remember realizing that it's probably my fault for not mixing this well. This is since it's really soft, it tends to have this oil that kind of leaches out of it if you're not too careful with the mixing, not the ratio mix. And by the way, it's 1:1. It's a platinum cure, of course. As I was saying, oil leaches out of here if you're not careful with the mixing proper. So I noticed an oil when I was making the skin, so I decided to use some, not Gel 25, because they didn't have Gel 25 then, Gel 10, and I mixed a little bit. I forgot the percentage, I wrote it down. I cannot find that mix ratio that I made up. This dominated the mix. The Ecoflex dominated the mix. It was more Ecoflex, obviously, and just a little bit of Gel 10 in it, and it kind of alleviated the oil situation. It worked very well. So I'm going to do that with this. I know this is going to be for encapsulation process with ball cap material. By the way, we're using cue balls for the cap material on the molds, and that's another reason why the mix is to alleviate that kind of oily, the vinyl cap plastic. It might alleviate issue of delamination with this. It might not. It might actually reverse it. It might make it worse. We'll see. That's what the test is for. Off camera about a month ago, 2 months, or no, about a month ago. It's ridiculous. But anyways, about a month ago, I went and got some Ihibit-X. That was another deal about at the end of part 4 there. I think I mentioned I had to run. I wanted to get some of this for inhibition reasons for the molding when I do run the appliances, the silicone. I don't want the silicone to accidentally bond to the molds. So this keeps inhibition issues. Every Smooth On product comes with their product overview and technical overview and MSPS material safety data sheets. That's a good thing about Smooth On. It's good stuff here. They supply it with everything they sell. So Ecoflex series, it's just a super soft platinum silicone. Excuse me. Part 4. I left off saying something about mentioning I have to go pick up some of this Ihibit-X, which is a barrier kind of release. It's for platinum silicone. Since platinum silicone is sensitive to certain materials to keep it from curing, Mann released technologies made Ihibit-X to go on surfaces that platinum silicone usually doesn't go on to. So I'm going to have this for a backup in case I don't want silicone bonding to my platinum silicone molds. Even though I'm using a vinyl plastic barrier before I pour in more platinum silicone. So about a month ago, I think when I bought this off camera, I might have filmed it. Yeah, I did film it. I lost a lot of information, by the way. I lost our external hard drive with everything on YouTube and whatnot. It's all lost, so I have to start over on some of this. So anyways, Ihibit-X. So off camera, I actually applied it to both. These molds look really kind of odd. This is essentially Gel-25. Looks like it oxidized, or maybe it could be the Ihibit-X. But I'm going to clean these again, and we're going to run another test. This is the second duplicate mold off this mold, off the sculpture. This is I think it was in part 3 or one of the parts, had issues of this curing too fast, so it developed a little distortion somewhat. I mean, we could deal with it. It's not too bad, but still, that was another reason why this series is taking so long. I work my lab, so to speak. My lab is in a Florida room, in a patio. So off camera about a month ago, I applied the Ihibit-X to the molds. And prior to that, when I made the molds, I think it's in the video, I'm not quite sure, but I applied petroleum jelly. I learned that from Neil Gordon from the UK. But they look a little ratty. They look a little dusty and disgusting. So I'm gonna do some cleaning. I usually use 99% alcohol. Look a little dirty. This really looks a little odd, but I think it's oxidation. It's just old stuff. I don't know. So get a rag, clean one. in conjunction with the Inhibit-X as a barrier. Of course, I'm going to be using some normal spray-on release. This is Release 200. I've used it for years. It is good stuff. But that's when I go to cast. It's...
What's the matter with that guy?
Okay, we're going to do small batches, kind of limited on my range of this scale. I think it only goes to like 1 gram, can't go below that. This could be 1 or above. So So, when mixing and playing around with platinum silicone, I tend to utilize a lot of mixing cups and sticks, stir sticks. I mean, you may think I'm wasteful, kind of right, but at the same time, I'm preventing cross-contamination and then really wasting money and product. I'm preventing that from happening by utilizing separate stir sticks, separate cups for both parts. Ecoflex 30's got a low viscosity itself. So does Gel-25 from Polytech.
What's the matter with that guy?
Get all the part A off of me because I'm going to do the same thing with part B. Now, very important that I'm leaving out is a vacuum. So I am without a vacuum to vacuum out the air of the silicone. So it's another good reason why I'm using low viscosity style. That way I could eliminate some of the air without a vacuum. Of course, there's always the high pour. Now this, the reason why I'm wearing gloves, it's not because of poisonous anything. This is platinum silicone is skin safe for the most part. It's how they make cake molds, candy molds, utensils that you cook with, that kind of thing. Baking sheets. So I've made out of platinum silicone. So and another reason why we're using it for prosthetics is it's skin safe. So I'm using gloves for the mess that silicone gets everywhere, and it's also preventing me from cross-contamination in this respect also, because I'm wiping down the gloves as I go. What I'm doing is keeping up with the mess, so to speak, by being this specific about cleanliness. I mean, this is a lab, by the way, so.
Shut the fuck up.
How far can I go with the grams?
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on around here?
We'll do 6 grams. 4 of the Eco and 2 of the Gel-25. It's got a little pigment going too with this. I'm going to be using E.S.P.F flesh. I think it's a light flesh. The product is E.S.P.F. Old bottle. You can see. If I get more of that. I don't know if they still exist or maybe. Rest in peace, Louis.
What's the matter with that guy?
So we're going to pigment, like I said, we're going to add it to part B, actually part A.
What's the matter with that guy?
Let's cut back to the Ihibit-X because we're going to do a little test on the edge or little bits of the. Alright, let's get this out of the way.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, folks, we're gonna apply some Ihibit-X one more time. I just cleaned it with the alcohol. We're gonna do the Ihibit-X. It says shake well. Use a brush.
matter with that guy? So what is it?
And then we'll use them. Sets up and dries. We'll use these release 200. And I'm not going to pour the whole thing into this. I'm not going to pour the whole batch into the mold. I'm just going to do a corner. I'm just going to put a little dab on the corner here, just in case it does bond. But I don't think it will, even though. So the Ihibit-X is just a precautionary for the longevity of the molds, without, if you're always utilizing silicone as your appliance choice. Of course, it's going to be platinum silicone. You know, if it's not, your molds aren't protected good enough, eventually your appliance material will end up bonding to your molds, and it just becomes a mess, and it doesn't come accurate as far as when you're doing the scrape. You're gonna have bumps and everything, and yeah. So Ihibit-X is a precautionary step. It's not necessarily needed, but you just gotta make sure your molds are released very well. Ihibit-X is a barrier, so that's it. Release. I'm going to spray these. Both of these are 1-to-1 mix ratio, which makes it a lot easier to come up with a good mix ratio between the two. There's a certain amount of forgiveness with working with platinum silicones, which is the 1-to-1 mix ratio. There's a lot of forgiveness in it, so it doesn't have to be pinpoint accurate. So the only reason why you want to be accurate is to save on material instead of wasting it willy-nilly. I mean, do as I say, not as I do. I a lot of times, but I do small batches. I don't do like this major, huge batch. It depends on what I'm doing. Even bigger pieces, I'll do smaller batches, because silicone will bond to silicone. You don't have to worry about like a alginate time limit. You know what I mean? I've done make skins, and I take my time. I've even light casted someone's torso just utilizing these little cups. You can't do that. I mean, it takes a long time, and you're wasting a lot of cups, but 25, 75. Alright, I'm going to go spray release. Go spray release the molds. I'm going to step outside one at a time. Be right back. Mix into the smaller. Scrape the sides and bottom. Drip on top of it. So there's two reasons for this. One is the mix of the two types of silicone. Both of them are platinum, 1-to-1 mix ratio, so it's not going to be a huge deal. Just want to see how the consistency is at the end, and it's also for the Ihibit-X on the molds to make sure I don't have any bonding issues. even though there's going to be capped plastic at the bottom on these molds before I pour in silicone. This is just a precautionary. The Ihibit-X is a precautionary. Okay, good mix. I'm gonna do a little dab corner. So runny, it's just go in a little bit.
Shut the fuck up.
Since the cure times are different on each one, I think the Platsil Gel-25 is quicker. Pour time is 5 minutes. Demold time is 60 minutes. That's pretty long. I forgot about that. The Gel 10 was different. That's right. What is this? It's almost the same. Pot Life. Wow. Wait, what? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Oh, man, I forgot about Ecoflex. This cures in about, my lord, 4 hours. That's another good reason that Ecoflex, when you don't have to, if you don't have a vacuum, you have, as you can see it right now. See the air rising, the bubbles popping. Get a better shot. It's a little like champagne action going on, a little beer action going on. Yeah, it's all the air coming out. So it's a good thing I forgot about that. It's good. Forgot about the cure time, man. I thought, but yeah, the Gel-25 I thought was quicker. It might. It's the Gel-25 might accelerate the cure of the Ecoflex. So that's another reason why we're doing this test. Because the last time I did this mix was Gel 10, not Gel 25, and it's much different. Gel 10 is like the king of kings of silicone. Platinum silicone, to me. Gel 10. Polytech. So yeah, we got 4 hours or maybe less. Maybe, what is it? Time is 5 minutes, 60 minutes, an hour. This might kick off in an hour. So we'll do that. Come back to this. I completely forgot about 4 hours for this to cure. But like I said, I got the Gel-25, so this might kick in an hour. It seems like it's getting kind of rich. Just a little bit. Could make keys out of this, I suppose. It's not too soft. Well, we'll see. So let this cure, come back. Okay, so it's been over an hour, and the result is not quite what I would hope for. It's pretty solid, pretty stiff. The shore hardness is definitely what, there we go. It's pretty tough. It's nice. It's not as soft as I would like it to. It alleviated, cured it obviously in about an hour. This is like consistency of Gel 10. So we got to adjust the mix. A lot less of the Platsil Gel-25. So we got a little patch test here. it works. So we're safe on the Inhibit-X. There we go. Yeah, this is just a little too tough. You can get a little softer. I'm gonna try a little straight Ecoflex. See how it does without the mix. Alright, stow away these again. Okay, we're gonna do some straight up Ecoflex 30.
Shut the fuck up.
5. Blood red. This Silk Pig stuff is super strong. You don't need much whatsoever. Just a little dab will do you. It's a good idea to wear gloves handling this pigment. Forgot to put my gloves back on. This stuff gets everywhere. Silk Pig.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on around here?
Right. But that's it. I might have gotten the wrong shore hardness, but I could have sworn I've used 30 before, double out 30. So yeah, things could change because Platsil Gel-25. I don't think even Polytech makes this anymore. 75% of the mix is actually Ecoflex, so that's why I'm running the test on the Ecoflex. Maybe I got the wrong shore hardness version. So let's cure and we'll be back, and hopefully we'll continue to finish this video series. And like I said earlier, this whole procedure, this whole technique, and the amount of molds I have, and the amount of appliances I want, the whole procedure from sculpture all the way down to application and final look should take a day, a good full day to do this, not a full year. I'm just trying to break down the technique, the procedure in small digestible videos. Plus I ran into some problems, excuses, whatnot, but hey, I'm here now. So yes, we're gonna let this cure overnight. This is straight Ecoflex 30, double odd 30. See how soft it is. If it's not soft like I was thinking, I might have gotten the wrong version. So in that case, I'll just do what I have, and I can deaden the silicone. I have deadener anyway, so deadener is a softener, by the way. No one realized it. I don't know if I showed off the pigment selection I have earlier. Besides the silicones and the releases, I have this pigment. I think I got this from gotten this Chinese silicone at one point. This is Silk Pig. This is white Silk Pig. Comes in this sampler color, Silk Pig from Smooth On. super concentrated stuff. You don't need much of all this, and it gets all over. You wear gloves when you're dealing with this stuff. One of my favorites of all time is Fuse Effects pigment silicone paint system. So I got, it's been a while since I've done this. Some pigment part A. Yeah, this is old kit. I don't even know if they're in business anymore. Louis passed away. Next time I go to Smooth On, see if they have a few. I think they do. I think they still do, because I'm going to need some more flesh. And possibly a paint set. Like I showed you before, the Silk Pig. This is a big old blood one. Of course, flocking. This is the straight Ecoflex double odd 30. Excuse me. This is the straight Ecoflex double odd 30, and I think I might have mistaken. It's pretty good, but it's a little stiff still, just a little bit. I don't know, maybe I could get away with just straight Ecoflex. So I have some leftover deadener, softener. This is I think this is a company called Pro Gel 10, which is essentially a platinum Gel 10 derivative. I think it came from the UK, but I have some of their leftover softener, deadener, aka. So we're gonna run some tests with it. So we got 3 different products here, but I'm just going to use the Ecoflex now. We're going to run a deadener test on this. This is pretty good. Thought I was mistaken for a second. I thought this was the shore hardness was a little more higher than the last time I used Ecoflex. So I think it might be the same. Excuse me, sorry for that. Yeah, the Gel-25 made this a lot. It's not bad, but yeah, it's a lot. The shore hardness just went out. Yeah, Ecoflex 30. Like I said, the only reason I was using Gel-25 was to eliminate, in the past when I used Ecoflex, it's probably my fault, it wasn't mixed. It was large batches I remember using for a skin. And yeah, so I developed, like I said previously, I developed a mix of Gel 10 with the Ecoflex. This is not Gel 10, I know it's Gel 25. It's still, very much like Gel 10, except for the viscosity is a lot thinner. So we're gonna deaden some Ecoflex 30, see what that does. So we're gonna do what? Oh, a small batch. So we'll do 8. And this will do 50%. And this will do 4. See how that goes. So we'll do 50% tender to the mix of the Ecoflex. Okay.
What's the matter with that guy?
Get on the money. Clean this shit up. I like to keep my lab clean. When I was researching silicone back in the day when I was first learning about it, that too much pigment will inhibit the platinum. I don't recall any of that. I don't think so. Unless you're using certain, which I used to, when I first started using silicone, and what I used to pigment a lot of times was oil paints. And it works really well, except for you gotta stay clear of some certain colors. I forgot the colors. I think it's cadmium red, possibly. That will do funky things with platinum silicone. So.
I know that guy. He's the one who's safe.
Apply heat and that'll accelerate the cure, but I'm in no rush. Obviously, this video series has gone on for like a year. And like I said earlier, the whole procedure, this whole technique, from sculpture all the way to application, final looks, should only take a good, decent full day. Because you, like I said, you can accelerate the cure of these the silicone molds. Since Ecoflex has got low viscosity and the cure time is 4 hours, it makes it a good silicone choice if you don't have a vacuum. So I do not have a vacuum, so previous video I think I showed you that you could see the actual air rising up like beer, carbonated drink. So yeah, let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, wonderful. Self-degassing. I like these low viscosity silicones. We're gonna let this cure, and we'll get back. Once again, this is the Ecoflex Double Odd 30 with some Pro Gel 10 softener, aka deadener. Okay, here's the Ecoflex. It's been well over 4 hours. Once again, this is Ecoflex Double Odd 30 with Pro Gel 10 softener, deadener, aka deadener. And here we go. Part A. And it is a little tacky. It's good though. This might work really well for the prosthetic. I like it. Yeah, it's sticky, which is good for the bald cap plastic. Now that was a 50% deadener to the total mix of Ecoflex. So the mix was Ecoflex 8 grams, 4 and 4. It's 1-to-1 with 4 grams of softener, 50% of the total mix. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is the actual casting, if you will, of the prosthetics. Ball cap plastic. Pull out the airbrush. It's really odd. That's I'm gathering this discoloration in what looks like dirt. And that might be clay though. That might be residue, but I think that's the Ihibit-X reacting to the clay that's still on there. Or that's just the Ihibit-X. I'm not quite sure. It's kind of interesting here. I mean, you saw me clean this with alcohol, so it must be the Ihibit-X doing that. I mean, overall, this whole color of the Gel-25, this is Gel-25. Very strange. I'm gathering this discoloration's the Ihibit-X. So look at the contrast in the white and the. So this concludes part 5. Okay, next up is the actual run of the appliances. Ball cap plastic, silicone, another coat of ball cap plastic, and of course, before I do the ball cap plastic, I also got to mention after I do the coats, multiple coats of cap plastic on the molds, I'll add a layer of Pro Bond primer. This is to ensure the bond of the silicone to the cap plastic. Once again, here's the end result. This is Ecoflex Double Odd 30 with 50% deadener. It is a little bit tacky. I like that. That's good for the encapsulated prosthetic. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. So stay tuned. Coming up is the actual run of the appliances, man. Thanks for tuning in. That concludes part 5. Thanks for watching. Peace.